Hello, YouTube. It is Damien. It is Bournemouth. It is season 3 of DAMMO Does England, and we are here with you today for a game that could decide if we're going to finish top half or in that little section of the top 7 where we get European football. Even though we won the Carabao Cup, it would be nice just to be in the top, in that top 7. And I don't think if we finish in the top 7, we get a playoff game. We go straight in. I'm not 100% sure. But anyhow, we do have Leicester today, who, if they were to win, would probably fall into the category, are we actually going to finish in the top 10? With, we don't have a hard run home, but we have an okay run home. So it'll be interesting to see how we go. Actually, our run home is easy. Anyway, we do have Leicester today. The big game, though, for in terms of coming up, is that we do have City in the semi-final of the FA Cup. However, we did just play City last episode, and I don't want episodes to get repetitive. And also, we played City at Wembley. So what I am going to do is, I won't be showing that game there, but if you do see me come back for an episode in the FA Cup, it will be the FA Cup final. And with the way the semi-finals are worked out, we have a very good chance of getting a decent side that we can beat in the FA Cup final if we can get through City again. Out of the 4 teams there, only Arsenal's a team that I worry about because they are fantastic and Klopp's got them playing some great football. Obviously, we did just come from Arsenal as well, so that we know the players quite well. But Everton, Burnley, or QPR, if they did a job over Arsenal, we would probably be favourites for the cup final if we were to beat Manchester City. Enough about that, though. We do have a game against Leicester that I do want to talk about. In terms of bringing other league games, you probably see me bring a league game for the end of this season. The league's kind of fizzled out to the point of we are going to probably finish top half if we win this game today. And that's what I wanted to finish. It's not the board wanted, it's the mid-table finish. I wanted top half, and I feel like we are going to finish top half. Or we're going to either finish in the top 7, which is guaranteed Europe, even though we won the Carabao Cup. So I don't particularly mind too much. I would preferably not want to go through the playoffs of Europe and just be straight into the group stage. And then we could build a team from there. In terms of everything else, though, there's not really too much to talk about. There's a couple of injuries, and I've rotated the team slightly with the FA Cup in mind. Melling's rested. He wasn't 100% fit. Went to international duty. Played on international duty. Didn't like that at all. But Melling's being rested, which means Session's coming in at left back, and Alvaro Garcia, who, to be fair, hasn't been too bad in the 4 appearances he's made. At a 7.1 out of all 5 because he made one in the cup, which he scored in and got an assist in. I'm pretty happy with how he has gone. But as you can see, Butland's in goals. Lowton isn't going to play. I'm actually going to play Manzo. Jones will play because I am going to put Allsop alongside him. Now, Allsop's a youngster that we need to give some first-team football to. And I feel like in a game against Leicester, you can chuck him out there alongside Jones. Jones can see him through. If Allsop can grow into the player in the next couple of seasons, like by the age of 20, he could be a really good centre-back for us. And that's the thing I'm planning. I'm not planning on winning the title next year. Next year is a year where we can see how far we go in Europe. We see if we can make the top 7 again. And then the year after that, when our reputation is good enough to attract the players we need, we can go replace the likes of Sissoko and so on that aren't good enough to win the Premier League, but are good enough to get you in and around that top 7. Anyhow, speaking of that, Sissoko is there. Danny Drinkwater and Roberto will be in the midfield with Alvaro Garcia, Ponce and Wilson. There is a suspension or an injury, to Josh King. He's out for the next couple of weeks because he got hurt on international duty, which sees the 4 come to the bench. I might actually put Apadou on the bench. The Chelsea loanee needs to play a little bit more. I feel, or else he's going to get upset. I really want him to stay here. And the big news is that Carlos, who's, by the way, look how well this kid's growing. He's going to be one of the leading central midfielders in the Premier League in 5-10 years time, wherever he is. I'm going to try to bring him to as many clubs as possible. I'm actually creating a list of who would be my favourite players for the whole of the DDE, which is DAMMO Does England. I reckon this guy's going to make the list at some point because if he ever grows and plays at how he looks, he is going to be unreal. The big news is, apart from his growth, is that he actually just played for Colombia over the last international break. So what the plan is with him is to now go, okay, he's played twice. He's probably going to play for him again. So I'm not going to hold off applying for his work permit. As you can see, I don't want to apply for his work permit just yet because then we can have to wait another 90 days. But what I'm thinking is we leave it over the off season. We let it go with that international break. Hope he plays a bit more. If that cap gets the 5-6 caps over that long international break, what we can go do is go, okay, new contract, pump up the wage on a key contract, and then the guy is probably going to get a work permit. That is the plan. Anyway, let's get into this game here, and hopefully we should be okay here against Leicester. Look, we have rotated slightly. I haven't put Quinn in. I've left Sissoko mainly because I want Quinn to come in and impact the game if it isn't the best. Ben Pearson moved to Leicester. Interesting. He was like only 3 mil, and I was very tempted to bring him in as a backup player for next season. But I guess that ship has sailed. When did that happen? I'm thinking of Ben Pearson come from Leisure Warsaw. On loan from Leisure Warsaw? Wow, he still might come for 3.2. He's actually not bad. Like, look, if you go back to Ben Pearson, 82, as you can see, he's got a little bit of potential and he's a decent player. Likes a big game. I just think that he would be all right in the middle of the park as a backup player to everybody else. Anyway, we are going to go and press Leicester and Connor Cody, who used to play for Liverpool. How does Connor Cody look? Connor looks all right. Connor actually could do a job. Connor Cody and Philip are going to be obviously tightly marked, and we'll get underway here and see how we go. It is going to be us in the red and the black and Leicester in the blue. Are we going today to really cement a top half finish and probably look to cement a top 7 finish, or is this going to be a game that pulls us back into the middle of that pack? We'll find out now. A draw is probably not the worst result, to be honest. Giving up points to Leicester isn't the worst. Leicester are obviously a tricky side. But as 25 minutes are played, we do have a highlight here, and it will be Manzo throwing in a Danny Drinkwater. Back to Manzo. I've been so happy with his development so far, Manzo, as well. The youngster deserves to play a lot more games than he does. Anyway, Manzo going on a run, flings it out at that Alvaro Garcia, who doesn't want to take it on. He just kind of waited for the ball and bird the win, who's a great little winger, by the way. I hope he stays there at Leicester for when we get there. Picks it up, and a Bora Bora now on the ball inside to a name that I can't pronounce but ends in Novic. Novic there, his ball through to Vivito, hits the bar, should have scored, and there you are. 25 minutes played, it's still 0-0. Should be the end of the highlights. Not. We're going to continue going here with Henry now, and there we are. 30 minutes played, still 0-0, and it will be Sessegnon inside to Robert. Back to Sessegnon, whips one in deep. The keeper was obviously fouled there, surely he was. I was going to say Casper was fouled. I was like, Wilson, pop it in, but no. Not been our best half so far. We actually, by the stats, actually says, no, it's been all right. But I haven't really seen a clear-cut highlight from us. Only one in the whole game. That was Vivito hitting the bar. But look, if we keep playing the same vein, how the stats are saying, we probably will find ourselves a chance or two. I'm actually going to tell the boys I'm not happy, but calmly, because at the same time, it wasn't the worst. Anyway, Ponce there into Alvaro Garcia. Garcia now down the line to Sessegnon, who will whip, but nothing will come of it. There we go. I don't mind Sessegnon actually playing fullback, by the way. Anyway, Bergman has a decent free kick, hits that one, and there we go. Steven puts Leicester 1-0 up in a game that could just draw us back into that pack. Draw, whoever's in 8th and 9th, and Leicester, who will gain 3 points in 10th. Back towards us, and maybe we might find ourselves falling out of that top 7, which I don't particularly mind with us winning the Cabarro Cup, but it would be nice nonetheless to see what we can do if we could finish in the top 7, because it's good for our reputation and signing players in the future. Anyway, Daniel Quinn's going to go on, if it will let me, and we'll put Daniel Quinn there. Apparently Allsop's having a shocker, but I really need him to get him some game time, the youngster, and there we are. Time's still ticking away here. We haven't seen the best of us. Steve with another chance for a free kick. Deflected, and in the end, it is fallen to Vivito, who has scored. And there we are. 2-0 down inside the space of 3-4 minutes. And we've been shell-shocked a little bit here. Alvaro doesn't do enough defensively. Should really get there. But anyway, we are going to just put some men forward and just go for it. There we are. We may as well rest Danny Drinkwater for that FA Cup semi-final. And Geordie Classy will go on as well. Not the best game to be showing you, is it? And it might be free. Wow, we've just fallen apart. Headed off the line and then popped in by Gustavo. I don't understand what has just gone on here. We have fallen apart defensively over the last couple months. We've actually been pretty good. And now to go concede free in front of our own fans. All because Allsop's playing? I doubt that, really. Phil Jones has made a couple of mistakes as well. Anyway, I'm going to tell the lads to push forward. And in the end, can we find a goal and maybe we can believe we might get a couple more? Anyway, Wilson on the ball. We don't have King to bring off the bench either. The ball's pumped long, but Allsop will get it. Sessegnon now playing at left back into Geordie Classy. Classy now into Robert. Robert now back in the Geordie Classy, who can look up now and looks for Wilson. Wilson's there on the volley. Good run in the end from Callum. Pretty direct there from Geordie, but I don't mind it. And we are 3-1 down. Maybe there's enough time. If we were to get another one before the 80th, I would believe. But anyway, classy there. Good ball. Good square run. Anyone notice Wilson's run? It was square to keep him on side and then direct in at goal. Hopefully there's like an offside line and that will show us that square run. Watch Wilson. Square run. Runs direct. Look at him run square so he stays on side. What a square run. That's number one thing you get taught as a young striker. Make square runs so you stay on side. And there we are. I'm now going to tell the lads to push forward yet again. Just get up the field. Come on, boys. Get us one before the 85th. Doesn't look like it's coming. And it looks like it's all but over. 87th. Like, if we were to score now, it's probably a little bit too late. But, you know, with the way Football Manager works. But it would be interesting. We do force them long, and Allsop wins the header. Fortunately, headers to nobody. And there we are. That's one thing that I hate about Football Manager. 3 headers that go to nobody. Anyway, good run. Ravito's in there. Allsop's been caught, got wrong side. Butler makes a decent save. And the ball is cleared away. And there we are. Schmeichel's had a really good game in goals, by the way, as well. We've had 16 shots, 8. Just one of those games. This has been an old school game of us in the first half of this season. Us in the second half of this season, not so bad. I don't know what Quint's highlighted. We're getting him off highlighted. Vavito's in again. Hits the post. Butland doesn't even react to it. Just defensively at 6s and 7s. Unbelievable poor. It's such a poor performance. In the end, though, we will be rotating the side back to normal. I haven't really been too happy with Roberto. I haven't given him too much time, but Roberto at the same time hasn't been like the greatest. But yeah, really poor from us here today. And a really poor game to be showing you, considering how well we have played. Us beating City last time out on YouTube. Just like, I don't know what to say. I'm going to get aggressive. I haven't got aggressive too many times this season, especially since our revival. But we are going to get aggressive then. We do stay 7th. But, you know, City have 2 games. United have 2 games on us. So us finishing outside of 7th doesn't really look like it's going to happen. Wolves have a game in hand to go 2 points behind us. Watford have a game in hand to go, you know, within 4 points like Leicester did. You know, so it's all tight around the top of that top 7. And that game kind of just ekes us out for us as well. But yeah, not the best episode to be showing you guys, but that's how the cookie crumbles. Anyway, if you haven't liked the episode, go give it a like. Go subscribe to the YouTube channel. As always, links are in the description below. Come follow us on Twitch. You know, not streaming tonight, unfortunately, because I am busy with coaching. And then this is before work as well. I will be streaming on Wednesday, more than likely, especially with the heat that there is in Adelaide. Our juniors won't train on Wednesday, so it'll be a longer stream, hopefully. Fingers crossed. And Thursday and Friday will more than likely be streams. Saturday and Sunday, definitely. And I'll see you guys then. Thank you and goodbye.